guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for stopping by. So today's video is another Halloween costume makeup. Again, I do apologize for not getting my videos posted, a couple of weeks before Halloween instead of the day before. But like I said, life does happen, and I just wanted to make sure that I did get something out there because Halloween definitely is my favorite holiday. So what I'm going to attempt to do, as you can see, I do have green, teal, turquoise, whatever color you'd like to call it, contacts in. So that should give you a small clue of what type of character or what type of thing I'm going to be doing. So I'm actually going to attempt to do a full beauty mermaid. If you have watched my other videos, you know that I have several different types of Halloween makeup as well as my regular cosmetics that I've been working with over the past couple of days in these videos. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that the key to this look is going to be these stencils. I've never used stencils before. I know that I did a mermaid inspired makeup. There wasn't any scales or anything like that, but I did find these in the Halloween stuff. I think they were like $2.98. From what I can tell, they are single use. I mean, it is pretty much a sticker. So just keep that in mind if that's something you want to use. And it is by Wet n Wild. These are Wet n Wild stencils. So I already have full foundation on. I have already done my eyebrows and I have already primed my eyelids. So the base for this costume makeup is essentially going to be what you would start with for an everyday makeup. I'm going to start with the eyes. Now, the thing about the whole mermaid makeup thing is that you can really pick any color scheme that you want. Typically mermaids do stay within that fairy tale, blue, green, turquoise, purple, pink, that sort of thing. But if you just want to do a purple mermaid, you can do just purple. If you want to do just green, you can do just green. You can do a black mermaid. And a mermaid is also something that you can make either a full glam look out of, or you can turn around and make it an actual sinister Halloween makeup as well. So I'm going to start with the eyes, and I am primarily going to be using purples, except for a little bit of accents for my scales and stuff like that. The palette that I'm using is the Neon Brights. This is the palette that I got from Five Below. It was a $5 palette by Color Co. It does have some really nice colors in it. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my darkest color. So I'm going to go in with this right here. And I'm going to do my crease in my eyes, or on my eyes. And then I'm going to kind of work my way across, and so on and so forth. And I will go ahead and say these pigments are exceptionally light. Anytime that you want more pigmentation out of a relatively cheap eyeshadow palette, you are always welcome to use like some makeup fix or even some liquid primer. Anything liquid. I wouldn't personally suggest going straight for water. I would actually use like a cosmetic base, but you can wet your brush and dab it in to this or your eyeshadow. I'm sorry, I know that I am very sporadic sometimes. My mind just kind of floats in and out, so I apologize, but I will try to keep my mind on track. If you want more pigmentation out of cheaper eyeshadows, use a liquid primer or use a liquid makeup fix. Spray your brush, spray your sponge, whatever you happen to be using to actually applicate it with, and it will bring out the pigmentation. Now, I'm not saying that it would go on flat like you want it to, because every different type of eyeshadow is going to react to that liquid a little bit differently, but with that liquid, it's going to make those pigments pop out a lot more. So if you do want to go really cheap on the makeup and it doesn't hurt your face or you're not allergic, I highly suggest doing so, especially for Halloween looks. But you can always do that to get more pigmentation. Okay, so I've gotten my base purple on my eyes. I think that I am going to go in, I think I'm going to use a little bit of pink now. So I'm going to go in with one of these pinks right over here and do my eyelid. And again, if you want this to be extremely pigmented, and I mean, you can certainly use professional makeup for Halloween too. I'm not by any means saying that, you know, the higher end, higher dollar stuff is not adequate to use for Halloween makeup. I just feel like that the common everyday person probably does not want to use their everyday makeup for Halloween looks. But you use what you feel like is necessary to get the look that you want. Okay, so I now have my layer of purple on my eyelids. I think I'm going to go in. I know that I said I was primarily using purple, and that is still what I'm going to do. However, I am going to go in at my brow line. Instead of this just being a beauty makeup, I am going to go in with this green up here, excuse me, this green down here, around my eyelid, or around my eyebrow. Because, I mean, honestly, this is something that I feel like the common person might even wear, you know, every day or in town. The pink and the purple. And, you know, the camera also doesn't show true pigmentation either. That's why I typically post pictures of my after looks. I didn't do that with my scarecrow, and I do apologize. It just wasn't on my mind at the time. But that's typically why I do post pictures of the after look, is because a lot of times, unfortunately, the camera does not pick up the same colors that I'm seeing. So again, keep in mind, if I keep mentioning a color and you're like, there is none of that color on here, just keep in mind that may be what I'm seeing. So I'm going to go ahead and line my eyes. And for those of you that have mastered liquid eyeliner, I would highly suggest you use liquid eyeliner for a look like this, because you can get more defined lines. I have personally not mastered that yet. So when I try to use liquid eyeliner, it is a hot mess. I'm not going exceptionally heavy on the eyeliner underneath, because I'm not trying to have a sinister look about it. I just want enough definition that it's something a little bit different. I'm going to go ahead and put my mascara on. And typically, if you're doing a mermaid look or a creature type look, you are probably going to want to wear falsies, just to give it that extra look. You know, if you're doing a purple mermaid, you can do purple eyelashes. If you're doing a green mermaid, you can do green eyelashes. So what I'm saying is you can play with it and kind of find that look that you want. Okay, so I believe that since this eyeshadow is not very pigmented, I did get these paint palettes from Wet n Wild, and it is like paint. It is not eyeshadow, it is a paint. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get my stencil for my T-zone on. And this, if you are using the stencils, this may be something that you actually need to do without foundation on, and then maybe flare it out somehow. I don't know. I think for the full face beauty mermaid, you do need your foundation on, unless you're exceptionally tan or something like that already. But I don't think that these are really made that well to stick, if you just want the truth, to foundation. So I have my sponge here. Five Below actually had a whole bag of these sponges for like $3. There's all different kinds of shapes. There's all different kinds of stuff in there, but I figured that I could use them for something. So I think I'm going to go in with my dark purple first. And I believe that I am going to do my outside edges. And not trying to be a negative Nancy about this at all, but in the event that your stencil didn't work the way that you wanted it to work, I mean, you can always take that completely off, leave your eyes as is, and try to draw something on there by hand, or, you know, however else you would like to do it. I'm just simply saying, in the event that it didn't work the way that you wanted it to, there is a couple of other options. So now I'm going to go in with my pink right here. And I'm going to start right here, and I think I'm going to go down to about right here. And now I'm going to go in with the light blue right here. And you by no means have to do this many colors. I'm just kind of trying to change it up instead of doing the basic green and teals and stuff like that. I just wanted something a little bit different. And you know, your scales don't necessarily have to match your eyes. I mean, idealistically, everything would be on the same color scheme, but if it doesn't work that way, it doesn't work that way. So, all right, moment of truth. Let's see if this worked. That's actually pretty cool, y'all. That's awesome. These stencils are definitely a one-time use. I mean, like on the back of this one, there is no sticky left at all. There's nothing left on that one. So these stencils are definitely a one-time use. And what you can do is you can have like an extra sponge, and just right over here, you can take those little mistakes off, like so. And just so that everybody knows, I practiced the scarecrow before I did the video for that one, and I also practiced the other Halloween makeup. It's not posted yet, so that's why I don't want to tell you what it is. The mermaid is the only thing that I have not practiced before I actually did it. This is the only one that I haven't practiced because obviously I could only use my scales one time. Now, these stencils do come in sheets like this, so I did have to cut mine out. And they also do give you stencils for your eyes and just some random scales right here. So you can always, I mean, you can do pretty much whatever pattern you want to. But I am going to cut these so that I have 2 sets of scales. So I believe I think we're going to do that. Oh, this one's not wanting to come off that easy, guys. Here we go. Alright, so how did I say do that? Like this, I think. And I mean, you really don't have to do the whole stencil, I guess. Then I'm gonna go with my pink. So I think for the sides, I'm just going to stick to the pink and purple because I really don't want the scales going completely down my face. Now, if you want them to, that is perfectly fine, but I think that I'm just going to stick with this right here. And I just kind of realized something. The other stencil is not shaped like this, so I'm not going to be able to do both sides the exact same, but I'm just going to, yeah, I think I'm just going to do like a little patch right here. I got all that off my forehead. And that blended really well too right there. I'm really happy with that. I think the funnest thing about doing Halloween makeup is, you know, to be completely honest with you, it doesn't have to be uniform. Like, I mean, obviously, if you want to do a specific character, then yeah, you're going to want everything to be uniform to a certain extent. But what I'm saying is, just like this mermaid, if I only want scales on one side of my face, that's all that I have to do, really. And I'm just going to do a little bit right here. Don't want my entire face covered up. I just want I know that I sound like a kid in a candy shop, but this is exciting me so much because I was really, really nervous about doing this makeup. I was really nervous about it because I didn't know how everything was going to work out, and I know that this is turning into a super long video, and I do apologize for that, but this makeup is actually awesome. Like, I can't even lie. I am so excited right now. This is pretty cool. Like, this is really awesome. So I've got my scales on here. I am going to take some liquid eyeliner and I am going to bring this out just a little bit. I know that it looks funny because I'm not doing an entire wing, but if you do something like that, you don't really need to do an entire wing for a Halloween makeup. Alright, so the only thing I have left to do, hold on tight, I really do want you to see the finished product on this. The only thing that I have left to do is the lipstick, and what I am using is, it is the Tattoo Junkie Matte Purple Lipstick. Okay, and this, if you know anything about Tattoo Junkie, you do know that they are one of the brands that comes with the glitter stuff for your lips. So let me get an old brush. I really want to use one of my really good brushes because I don't think that you can clean this very well. Oh, I am so stupid. This wasn't even attached. This was just sitting down in there, and I was trying to peel it off. Goober. Alright, so here's the problem. I took too long getting that open. Now my lipstick's dry. That's really pretty. That's really pretty. Now I'm also going to take some of this glitter just because it is purple. And I'm going to go right up in here. Not overwhelming, just a little bit to kind of tie in my eyes with my lips. And guys, you do have to pat this glitter on. You cannot brush it on. And you know what? Why not, right? It's Halloween. Alright guys, so this is the finished look of my mermaid makeup. I am absolutely ecstatic with how this came out. Those stencils are the bomb. If you ever want to do anything like this, I highly suggest spending $3 and buying some. And they have all different kinds. It's not just mermaids. And even if I didn't have my contacts in, I still feel like this would be an awesome makeup. So, learned something new today, but I am absolutely so happy with this. My lips are really sparkly. So yeah, I do apologize this video is this long, but I feel like that the end look was completely worth it. So please like, love, share, get my name out there for me. Any help you can give me, I really appreciate it. And I hope that you like this look as much as I do, because this has turned out really awesome. Happy Halloween, guys.